big man! Oh, it's pretty! It's so pretty!
It's down to 3 teams competing for the 8th and final playoff berth, and it is getting intense. And Ian Bennett becomes the latest member of the MASL's 400-point club, and he did it in style. This is MASL Primetime. What's up, everyone? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Great to see you again. And regular season play is oh so close to wrapping up now. And the Ontario Fury was just cruising right along, having a pretty great season up until about 3 weeks ago. Since then, they've been in a world of hurt. Red Hot Chihuahua has shot right past them into second spot out west, while the Fury were enduring a brutal 5-game losing streak. It was imperative they snapped that skid when they faced the Dallas Sidekicks last Saturday. And the Fury got off to the start they were hoping for on the road against the Sidekicks.
All this in the middle, and there's the shot and the goal.
Yeah, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Nestor Hernandez. And in the second quarter, Nestor hits again, 2-0 Fury. They would actually go up 3-zip before the Sidekicks get going. Anthony Powell making it a 3-1 game. Second half now, David Ortiz in tight and goes short side. He punishes the net and draws them to within a goal. Ontario's nightmare continues. Jamie Lovegrove hammers it past Chris Toth. It's all tied up 3-3. And then in the fourth,
yeah, if I'm Dallas, I'm hitting.
Shot! Oh, just wide! And there's the Kareem. Wow! And a goal from Cameron Brown, who is lying on the ground. Pulls Dallas ahead 4-3.
definitely one of the goals of the week. That's the winner as the Fury drop points they couldn't afford to. Okay, the Sockers and Blast renewed their rivalry in Baltimore, and this was a heck of a game. First quarter, Boris Pardo, a rare mistake for him. Oswald Anang pounces. The Sockers tied it though, and then Eduardo Velez smashing it top corner to put the visitors up. 2 minutes later, the ball takes all kinds of funky bounces. Finally, Juan Manuel Rojo deposits. San Diego up by 2, but then the Blast, they were not going to go quietly. Ibrahima Keita, lovely little deflection, and it's a 3-2 game. Second half, Jonatas Mello, giving the big home crowd more to cheer about. He beats Pardo, and it was all knotted up at 3 apiece. On to the fourth quarter, tied 5-5 now. Eduardo Velez, his second of the game. That's a beauty, and the Sockers would never give up the lead again. They hold on for the 8-6 win. Baltimore has played San Diego really well this season, though. So, okay, this was a huge, huge game for St. Louis, who's battling for the 8th and final playoff spot. And they played like it. Judica Carvalho drawing first blood for the ambush 5 minutes in. And then tied 1-1 late in the quarter. Carvalho, right place at the right time out front. And St. Louis was up 2-1. In the second quarter, just a single tally, and it's by Letsia Thetsani. He crushes that offering upstairs to tie it. Fast forward to the fourth with the game tied 3-3. Leo, the legend, goes to work.
Away to Lee, over to Gibson. Leo darts to the right. Leo shoots!
Oh, the post in.
The legend gives the Comets a 4-3 lead.
KC cruises to the 7-3 win to take the Battle of Missouri. Rion Marquez spoke afterwards.
We had 3 goals in the start of the season. The first was to start strong. The second is to finish the regular season strong into the playoffs. And the third one, of course, is win the whole thing. So we need to create some momentum in the last 4 games so that way we get strong in the playoffs. Okay,
the Sockers continued their Eastern swing against Harrisburg last weekend. Now, obviously, the Heat were in tough, but they showed well in this one. Down 1-0, Malcolm Harris ties it up. Second quarter, William Bonahaney, who's been so good for Harrisburg this year. He will want that one back. Just mistimes it, and the Sockers go up 2-1. But Willie B, this is more like the Willie B we know. Massive stop right there to keep it a 1-goal game. On to the fourth, Brandon Escoto on the rush. It's pretty tough to stop Brandon under the best of circumstances. San Diego takes it 4-1. But for last place Harrisburg, that is not a bad score at all against the powerful Sockers. Okay, here's a look at what the playoff matchups would be if the season were to end right now. San Diego, the number 1 seed, of course. The number 4 versus 5, Chihuahua, Baltimore is going to be fascinating. Right now, Milwaukee, St. Louis, and Ontario are still battling for the 8th and final spot. And of course, the teams will be reseeded come semifinal time. Top scorers right now, Ian Bennett continuing to lead the way, followed by Nick Pereira, Victor Pereiras, Frank Taiu of the Ontario Fury, and Brandon Escoto to round it out. Welcome back to MASL Primetime. So the Milwaukee Wave went into last weekend with a very clear goal. They had 2 games to play, just win. They're battling St. Louis for the 8th and final playoff berth and trailed the ambush by 3 points, with both teams having 3 games total left to play. So it was imperative that Milwaukee not drop any points when it faced Dallas on Thursday. The Wave knew exactly what it needed to do, but it's the sidekicks that draw first blood in this one.
Long looking for Cameron Brown. He has him. Cameron Brown with a shot, and there's the goal from Cameron Brown on a beautiful pass by Jamie Lovegrove.
Cameron Brown with the beauty. Now, Ian Bennett entered this game needing 1 point for 400 career MASL regular season points.
Ian Bennett looking at the shot and wide, but gave him some trouble. Bennett, there's the goal! Ian Bennett, number 400. There's the points. The man, the myth, the legend makes it even 1-1 Milwaukee Wave.
Bennett joins Frank Taiu and Leo Gibson in the exclusive club, and 3 minutes later he gets 401, an assist on the Luan Oliveira goal. 2 minutes after that, Bennett going post to post. Daniel Matos with the tip and makes it 3-1 Wave. Dallas stuck around for a bit. Julio Varela brings them back to within 1 right there. But in the second, Bennett was back at it again. This was incredible.
Can't get there. Ian Bennett.
That's the first time we said Bennett in the whole third
It
period.
is. Oh, and there's the shot, and that is a goal by Ian Bennett from distance. How did he do that? Milwaukee Wave leading 6-5.
And that just might be the goal of the year. What a way to cap a historic day. Here's a look at his body of work. He had an incredible weekend, as you're about to see as well. He's now up to 408 career points, but as Bennett tells us, he's been so focused on trying to make the playoffs, he hasn't been thinking about 400.
Honestly, I was so fixated on getting these wins, man, because we have to win out. But honestly, 400, man, it's just a testament to like all the hard work I put in, but also playing with some like really great teammates, coaching staff. I'm just happy, man. But again, like I can't enjoy it like I want to because we still got to win. We got 1 more game to go, and we got to make sure we win that so we can get to the playoffs, man. So it's been cool, man.
And the Waves' playoff push continued against Kansas City. No margin of error for Milwaukee down the stretch. They need all their wins. James Weber opened the scoring in the first, making it 1-0 Wave. And, of course, Bennett was back at it. Every goal he scored last weekend was highlight-worthy. Some absolute beauties. 2-0 in the second. IB26 is second of the contest, and it's a 3-0 game. Second half now. Gordy Gerson getting sprung up the middle. It's another tally for Milwaukee. Now, Kansas City would finally get one courtesy of Milos Vucic to snap the shutout. But at one point, the Wave led this game 8-1. So the final score is a bit misleading as Milwaukee led up towards the end. Would they get the 6 points they needed last week to stay in the hunt for the 8th and final playoff spot? Some anticipated a slaughter in this one, but Harrisburg made a game of it against Florida. The Tropics hit first, though. Ricardo Dieguez banging home the second chance to make it 1-0. In the second, the Huddersfield Hammer, Dominic Francis, drawing the Heat even. 17 tallies on the season so far for Dominic. Now, the Tropics were just too strong, though. Kyle Williams picks the corner to make it 2-1. And then some bad luck for the Heat as the ball takes an unfortunate bounce in off defender Bradley Kerstetter right there. And then
Gets blocked. Sent back over. Harris trying to get it out. Another blast. Oh, what a rip. Dieguez. The net is crying on that one.
A sublime strike by Dieguez. But hey, Harrisburg kept it close, losing by only a single goal to the Tropics. And Tacoma had the misfortune of hosting the red-hot Chihuahua Savage twice last weekend. This is game 2, and it started out well for the Stars. Danny Manatee crushes the feed from Nick Pereira. 1-0 for the Stars. In the second now, they steal the ball here. Philip Lund will go boom into the empty cage. Could an upset be brewing? Well, the Savage do get on the board. All kinds of action, and finally Brian Macias puts an end to the madness, and it's 2-1. But then Tacoma gets the 2-goal lead back. Pereira squeezes it past Berna Valdevenis. 3-1 Stars at the break. Now, in the fourth, Chihuahua down by a goal when Jorge Rios picks his spot. I mean, that baby had eyes, bar down. Chihuahua would take the 6-5 lead, but then Alessandro Canali right there makes it even Steven, tied up 6-6. Now, Tacoma needed a win in regulation time to keep any hope for a playoff berth alive, so they put on a 6th attacker late in the contest, and Chihuahua dashes the hopes and dreams of Stars fans everywhere. That is the game winner, and the final nail in the coffin is Tacoma is eliminated from the playoff race. 8-6 the final score in that one, which was a much better result for the Stars than the contest 2 nights before. The Savage all over them in that one as they cruised to the 9-2 victory on the road. Welcome back to MASL Primetime. And yes, I know we just had MASL Commissioner Keith Tozer on the show a couple of weeks ago. But since then, there's been so much stuff that's happened and some big announcements that were made. So we figured, what the heck, let's have Keith on again to tell us exactly what it is that's gone down. Keith, great to see you. How are things?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Looking forward to telling you about some great things happening in the MASL.
Well, let's kick things off with the big announcement last week, the press conference, of course, that was held to announce the return of the Monterey Flash for next season. And of course, the Flash are just one of the flagship franchises of the Major Arena Soccer League, a true powerhouse organization. The last time they played was back in the 2019-20 pandemic shortened season. How great is it going to be to have Monterey back in the fold once again?
Well, it's wonderful to have them back, and it's so great to have them back for so many reasons. Let's first talk that they were the first champion in the MASL, 2015. A storied franchise of indoor soccer over the years down in Monterey. Great ownership with Alfredo and Geraldo. It's a great city. It works great because obviously with adding Chihuahua, this season, and then getting Monterey back, that opens the door, not cracks the door, but opens the door for future expansion in Mexico.
Also, it was announced last week the launch of the first ever MASL Pro Player Combine, which is set to take place in Mesquite, Texas in late October. Fill us in a bit more about that. What exactly is the Pro Player Combine, and why did the league want to launch it?
Well, we're very excited about this content. I mean, we feel the league office has a responsibility for all our teams to help identify new players to the league. And obviously bringing new players to the league creates new sponsorships, new fans, new excitement. What the Combine is really all about, it's a 3.5-day event. There's training sessions. There's 3 games before the first cut. There's the draft on Sunday, like the NBA, NFL draft. If you want to be seen by all 14 coaches in the MASL, come down to Dallas.
And finally, the other big announcement from last week is, of course, the MASL made its debut on Twitch, the online streaming service, which is now going to show all MASL games. And the contest that made its debut on Twitch last week got some absolutely incredible numbers, didn't it, Keith? Tell us about the importance of the MASL switch to Twitch.
Yeah, we know at this late juncture of the season that to make change is somewhat difficult. Everybody felt that YouTube, they're very comfortable with it. But that first game promoted on Twitch, Alex, brought in 284,000 viewers, which provides us an extended viewership. Twitch's chat functionality brings a great new interactive experience, which provides us with more engagement with our viewership. And Twitch is also committed and excited for the growth of the sport. With that, we've increased our overall support program as well as possibly sponsorship sales. So Twitch is a partner with us, where YouTube basically is a platform we just put our games on.
Yeah, just so much exciting stuff going on right now, Keith, with the league. And thanks for stopping by to tell us all about it. We will obviously do this again before the season is done, but thanks for taking the time. We'll chat later. Hey, welcome back to MASL Primetime, everyone. So no matter how well the Florida Tropics have played for most of the season, you got the impression they were going to be in tough against Utica last weekend for a couple of reasons. Now, for one, Florida had lost just its third game of the season the week before, and on Friday got pushed to the limit by last place Harrisburg. And secondly, Utica was absolutely desperate for a win as it was trying to avoid being eliminated from the race for the final postseason berth. All the ingredients were there for an upset, but the Tropics managed to hit the score sheet first.
Drew Ruggles sets it up for the Tropics. Back pass, shot on, deflected, and scores!
Victor Pereiras getting it going for the Tropics. 4 minutes later, though, Christian Segura with the banger. Ooh. 1-1, and just $1.15 later, Ben Raymond, he goes barred down, and the Blues take the 2-1 advantage. But Victor Pereiras goes back to work in the second half. Some nice goals in this game all around. That ties it up 2-2. This one needed overtime.
Back pass, Schindler puts a righty shot on, deflected, and he scores! Who else? Joey Tavernise! The former Tropic puts the dagger into Florida.
Hey, the former Tropic, Joey Tavernise, Utica staying alive. They beat the suddenly vulnerable-looking Tropics, who have dropped 2 of 3. This was from Friday night, Utica and Baltimore, with the game tied 1-1. Lucas Roque out front here showing off the acrobatics, and he makes it 2-1 for the Blast. Baltimore reacquired Vinny Dantas from Tacoma in early March, and he had a game. That's his first, and it gave the home side the lead. And then Jeremy Raley does some nice work along the boards, gets it back for Vinny, and it's 3-1 for the Blast. But this was the goal of the game.
We would do that all the time now.
Yeah, well, that was like 7-2 late third. Oh, Dantas a drive and a goal! Wow. Dantas the hat trick off the volley. It's 5-1 Blast.
A hat trick for the big Brazilian. Baltimore wins it 6-3. Okay, it is crunch time. Here's what's going on in the standings. San Diego has clinched the West, but Chihuahua is on a roll. Ontario could possibly miss the playoffs in the last week. In the Central, Milwaukee and St. Louis are battling the Fury for the 8th and final spot. And in the East Division, Florida has clinched the division. Okay, here's what happens in the final week now. Ontario, 2 games left, 28 points. They currently sit 7th in the standings. Milwaukee are ahead of St. Louis with 28 points, but they only have 1 game left, while the Ambush, 2 contests remaining, 25 points. They are currently in 9th place. And our primetime players for last week, offensively, of course, Ian Bennett. Not only did he reach 400 career regular season MASL points, 6 goals, 3 assists, including a 4-goal game for the man, the legend, IB26. And defensively, it was Berna Valdovinos of the Chihuahua Savage, the keeper, having a great week. 2 wins over Tacoma, only 8 goals allowed for the surging Chihuahua Savage, who are looking so good. Okay, plays of the week now.
Can't get there. Ian Bennett
That's the first time we said Bennett in the whole third
It
period.
is. Oh, and there's the shot, and that is a goal by Ian Bennett from distance. How did he do that? Milwaukee Wave leading 6-5.
All play to the left, shot save, Willie B. and Dylan.
If I'm Dallas, I'm hitting.
Shot! Oh, just wide! And there's the Kareem. Wow! And a goal from Cameron Brown, who is lying on the ground. Lovegrove long, looking for Cameron Brown. He has him. Cameron Brown with a shot, and there's the goal from Cameron Brown on a beautiful pass.
Uses him. Rios on the rollover, crossbar bouncing, and it's a goal.
Minutes to go here in this first half. Segura chests it forward. One-on-one shot on, he scores!
Turn, shot, goal. Velez.
Gets blocked. Sent back over. Harris trying to get it out. Another blast. Oh, what a rip. Dieguez. The net is crying on that one.
7-2 late third. Oh, Dantas a drive and a goal! Wow. Dantas the hat trick off the volley. It's 5-1 Blast. And wide, but gave him some trouble. Bennett, there's the goal in Bennett, number 400. There's the points. The man, the myth, the legend.
Hats off to Ian Bennett with 400 career points.
And that is going to wrap up this week's show. But just remember, for all things MASL, the latest news, statistics, standings, and of course, great feature stories as well, be sure to check out the league's different social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week.